Salutations, everyone. This is the butterfly. How are you doing? I hope you are doing well. Ah, you're just myself. I don't wanna have my bag that I'm hanged up in the frame. So let me adjust a little bit. Bam. Because I'm my own camera crew. All right. I'm a little bit late, but you'll forgive me, okay? You'll forgive me because at least I'm doing it on the day that I scheduled it. Shazam. All right, and before I get started, if you are watching this video, please like, share, subscribe. It really helps get me in the algorithm, and helps promote my channel. Because unlike the other creators who like pay for their subscribers, I'm not about to pay for my subscribers because anything that comes to me, it has to be authentic. It has to be for me. It has to be real. I don't want people watching me just because I paid them to subscribe. You know what I'm saying? So like the people that who are subscribed, please show your love for the butterfly in any way you can. And one of the ways that you can show love for the butterfly is like, share, comments. And if you do want to go a step further, buy some of my products. Which are I have amazing CBD products, which because of this topic, I had to take a CBD gummy, as this is a very strong topic. I have my selenite here, just to keep the field clear and to protect me from negative energies because talking about this stuff, it kind of it does give energy a little bit to these negative forces, these lower vibrationals, you know what I'm saying? So like I gotta protect myself. I'm gonna try not to keep saying, you know what I'm saying, because I notice I say that a lot in the videos. However, let's keep moseying on. Uh, as you can see by the title of the video, there will be pain. Okay, the Epstein list is like if you've ever seen someone they're sitting at a table and they have the napkin tucked into their collar, and they have the table full spread and they have the table fully spread in front of them, and then they decide to get up and they pull the whole table with them. That is what this list is. Okay, it's not just about who's on the list, and it's about what they're doing, how they got on the list, and it's some real horrible stuff, you know. And if you refer to the picture of this video, you'll see a witch called Mina Abramovich, and you'll see a very famous rapper with this said Marina Abramovich, and if I believe you also see Beyonce there at the spirit cooking party. Now, if you don't know what the spirit cooking party is, it's like hold on to your hat, because there's so many things coming out. It's hard for you to even grasp onto them, right? And my advice, because as I said, it's very difficult to want to go down these rabbit holes with you guys again, especially since a lot of people like myself have been trying to warn you about what the hell is going on, trying to ring the bell, you know. And I was thinking the other day how I'm kind of past wanting to be like, oh, I told you so, see, stupid. I'm like past that. I'm past that because uh the thing is the information that's coming out, it's really it's nothing that I wanted to be right about. It's nothing that I wanted to be right about. It's just that how uh from my experience, how I was treated by people that love and know me all my life. They know I'm not crazy. They know. So when I was bringing this information to them, just like some of the reactions, just like straight up not caring, it was hard for me. I feel like it was almost harder than knowing that these people were doing weird shit to kids. I think it was harder than that, because it's like we really live in a world where people do not care about each other, and it really never used to be like that. And when it wasn't like that, we were definitely happier. We were definitely a happier people. So, like, all I'm saying is I implore you guys, like, going down these rabbit holes, when you're going to see, like, just all the shit they've been doing to kids, what they've been doing to us. And how it's like, when I was younger, we used to have what we call an instigator. Like, when two people want to fight or whatever, or like when somebody want to see a fight, and like two people about to squash shit, they be like, "Oh no, hit me," and then that person hit them, and then they hit the other person, and it's a fight. It's like it's going on, but that's not the real source of the problem. You know what I'm saying? The problem is this motherfucker not wanting uh peace, wanting to disturb the peace just for the fun of it. Okay, that's the problem. We focusing on, I guess what I'm saying, the focus is just like on the wrong things, about calling people, trying to blow the whistle on these things crazy, and leaving them vulnerable and leaving them lonely, when this is some heavy shit to bear. I gotta stop cursing so much, because YouTube will block me. They'll shadow ban my videos. So I'm trying to watch my wording without censoring myself, because that's another reason why I stopped doing this content, because like every time I'm putting out something, they saying it's against YouTube guidelines, it's not true, stuff like that, especially about the COVID, which when it first came out, they was calling it corona. And when I tried to explain to people that the COVID was like it's like it was a operation, basically, to get us certified with the digital ID, to further try to control us, and usurp our rights, people was just not trying to hear it. They look, I gotta go to work, I gotta you know and when I first heard this information, I really thought the world would stop. It just highlighted how naive I was about the state of mankind, and just how really messed up people are, how like the values is messed up. You know what I'm saying? Because like if you are, for example, when the George Floyd thing happened, right? A little kid was like shot in the face for trespassing on somebody's lawn. And it was like not a peep about that. Not a peep. I'm just like, wow, we don't, a society is judged on how they treat the least of them. And that is our children, our babies, you know, the most fragile, our animals, our elderly, is how we treat these particular parts of our society, is how we're gonna be, how we are judged. And just like the not caring, I get it that you gotta pay bills. I get all of that. But it comes to a point where we all have to stand together for something, or we are gonna fall in the worst way for the most fuckery you can't even imagine. You can't imagine. But you're about to be privy to it. You're about to be privy to it. Like, and when I say there will be pain, what I mean by that is like people that you have probably looked up to your whole life, you're going to find out that they were involved in harming children. Like, that might not mean, and when I say that, when I'm saying it from a place like, these people are harming children. You know what I'm saying? So, like, for me, that's the worst thing that you could be doing. That's the worst thing. And animals or whatsoever, the creatures that we are charged to look after, not abuse. Even our food, we're supposed to respect it. Okay, because it is given its life force to nourish us. We just like losing the connection to real things. Like, and I mean, I apologize if this video is going all over the place, because this subject is just far worse than you can ever imagine. But for me, the sore spot is the shit that they've been doing to the children. That's a real sore spot for me. And the fact that when I bring it up to people that I know, they really just don't seem to they just don't want to hear it, And I guess some people are just not strong enough to hear that kind of truth. But listen, that's the reason why these evil people are about to have to flourish, because we're just not strong enough to face it. And at this point, the people that have been carrying the burden, they can't do it no more. You know what I'm saying? So you guys are on, you are newly waking up to a lot of these things that's happening. Like, I heard about the NFL because I ain't watch it. the Super Bowl, because I didn't watch it. I didn't even know who the hell a Bad Bunny was. I didn't even know. Oh my gosh. I get why they have to show you guys. They can't just tell you, because I mean, if you watch my earlier videos, I used to be in a rage. Like, just tell them they're not gonna know you. You got them going in the wrong direction. They need to know what to be worried about. What's really going on? This, that, and then as I got deep in it, and the more I start telling people, and looking at documentaries and even movies, because they own the entertainment, so they show you what they do in the movies because they feel like it balances their karma, because they told you accepted by watching it and being a fan and shit, and they feel like it balances their karma, which it basically just steals energy from you, because wherever your attention goes, that's where your energy flows. So, like, where are you putting your attention? Are you putting your attention in these celebrities and all of these things? Because I'm telling you, that's where the pain is coming in, connected to this list. You are going to, if the people that you look up to, you're going to feel some kind of way. Especially if you got children, they are doing the worst, doing the most. And that's just that's just one part of it. They've been poisoning us for years. They've been lying. They've been distorting things. People are talking about the Mandela effect. It's simply these fuckers. I'm trying not to cuss. I'm trying not to call them what they are, but that's what they are. These low life high beings, you know what I'm saying? It's just about them manipulating stuff and trying to, rework the matrix. And every time we talk about the matrix, and like, it just brings me back to the movie. Like, okay, we live in the matrix, this, that, and the other. And then I go to Zion. Zion was a shithole. I don't want to live in no Zion. So that's where y'all losing me. You know what I'm saying? That's where y'all losing me. But one thing at a time, because it's a lot. One thing at a time. I think what we really need to deal with is what's being done with us, the human beings, and how we need to start really working together and stop uh being an entertainment for these higher beings, making letting them uh manipulate us at every turn, like using us. You know, it's time, and when we're gonna need each other more than ever now. You know, we need each other more than ever to go into the golden age, to enjoy it. Because we in a battle. We are in a battle, and you guys are new soldiers. I mean, we welcome you. You know, even though it took you a very long time, and I ain't gonna lie, that part of it, made us dislike you and feel like you were not that smart. You know, you were really not that smart because it's like now I feel I feel pity because when I'm looking at videos and I go in the comments and people are like, oh, Obama and his wife, they're so gorgeous, they're such a beautiful couple, and she's such a strong woman, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't. Like, where have you been? It is a man. Like, stop it, knock it off. Please knock it off. We got to get smarter. We got to stop being all up in our feelings all the time because that's not intelligence. We have to look at the evidence that is before us, right? And that will help us greatly. In regards to this information, looking down the rabbit hole, because that's what I really came to tell y'all about. Because I look, some of the I got 10,000 freaking screenshots of this shit. I'm like, oh my god, I can't even put it on YouTube. They would take my channel away. Right? They would take it. They would take it. All right. So and I just haven't decided what I'm like on the fence, but I keep getting this answer the call. So I'm attempting to do it the best way I can. Now, honestly, I wanted to be doing like other tarot readers. I wanted to be like, doing the zodiac and all of that, like cute stuff and this, that. But it's not my ministry. My ministry is much larger than that. And I'm in the acceptance stage of that, and I'm slowly, letting the universe guide me to when, what, and how I contribute to this very important time, because I know all who have ears will hear. I'm at a vibration, and whoever vibrates with me, that's who's going to be on my channel. Okay. So everything else it'll flow. So from that, I guess my main message was to tell you guys that try to be supportive with each other. Okay, we can't be fighting with each other about uh getting this information out. All right, everybody plays a part, and it's time to really use your discernment. It's so important these days because it's gonna be a lot of heartbreak. You know, disillusionment can be very disorientating. And with that, I just implore you to like try to always come back to center and figure out go back to the basics, which is, what's important in your life, which is your health, your wealth, your well-being, your family, okay, your future. How are you going to go forward protecting those things and improving on those things, knowing the knowledge that you know? Okay. And then you can go a step further, like, well, how can you help uh, be a part of this movement going in a new direction? All right. But we can't be fighting each other because there's going to be pain. and we really gonna be needing to lean on each other because I I have a T-shirt that says I've been down the rabbit hole and I almost forgot to be how to be happy learning all this shit because it's not just the celebrities. It feels like it's top down to me. It feels like it's top down. And I know I've said this before in my other videos. It's like when I first found out that Ellen was a part of this. Like I really loved Ellen. I thought that she was a really like a good humanitarian. All the things that she's done, and she's always just seemed so pleasant. This that. So I guess that's why when I look at this Mr. Beast, I'm just like, something's not right. Especially just all the things I've known, I've researched. I mean, the hunting parties. These people are having hunting parties. Like, man. Oh man, I'm just. I guess I could give you the advice: just take breaks. Take breaks because it's a lot. It's a lot when you realize the world is nothing like you thought it was. That there are so many more dark people than there are light people, you know. And as the light, we need each other. We need each other. And you got to take good care of yourself mentally, physically, emotionally. And this stuff is going to really upset you. If it doesn't upset you, you're the problem. You are indeed the problem. Okay. Everything's going to change. So, in this instability, I just implore you to take breaks. Take breaks and uh, love on yourself, love on your family, because this is going to be a rough time. It's going to be a rough time. I see people stepping down, since that list came out. Yeah. Mm. I once asked my husband, I was like, if you find out that the sport, the NFL and stuff is rigged or whatever, like would you still watch it? Like, would you still like care for it as much and stuff like that? He really couldn't. He really didn't answer it. I guess he was like, yeah, he still would watch it. He would still watch it. So I guess you guys don't really care that it's rigged and all of that stuff. And I was thinking all of this stepping down and NFL suicide and whatsoever. I was like, yeah, their name is on the list. They've been to the island. They got caught up in that honey pot. Because I just couldn't see the NFL, a big brand like that, allowing their viewership to tank like that, because of bad choices. I feel like they're doing the walk of shame. They're being made to do the walk of shame. And that's on a whole nother level because, like, if you know, you know. uh, I don't think there's going to be, I mean, like, I think the way we entertain ourselves is going to be changing. Mm. Silver when drops. Yep, I guess that was the other shoe energetically dropping. That was the other shoe energetically dropping. I hope I'm not frozen. What is going on here? Whoa. It kind of like blipped off. Like, wait a minute. Yeah, so I think the way we entertain ourselves is gonna change. Cause like in every sport you can think of, there is some kind of pedophilia or sexual misconduct going on. And they are all going to pay for that, because we're not going to stand for that. So, like, there's going to be pain, it's going to be a lot of people upset. You know what I'm saying? One, because the people that they looked up to are creeps, and two, because the people that they looked up to are creeps, and now they've been executed or caught or jailed, and they can't perform for them anymore. You know what I'm saying? So they're not going to be able to have fun anymore. Like how Ray J was crying when he couldn't go to the Diddy parties no more. Like, on that level, you know what I'm saying? Like, those types don't mind this kind of depravity. So those are the ones that's going to be upset about, you know, the jig being up, you know, that balance being restored, and that karmic justice coming to collect, you know. I guess that's all I have to say about that, because I was not gonna come and do the video again, but then I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna do a little. Just gonna do a little. Cause it was like, oh, I seen a video. It said where it had Jay-Z and his daughters, I think, on the fields. I'm like, okay, all right, so okay, if y'all believe that, all right, fine. Who am I to say that is not Jay-Z? Okay, that's a mask wearer. You know what I'm saying? And these kids got to go along with it, because they'll be dirt ass poor, because I don't know if y'all forgot, Trump signed into a law his first term that, you caught me being messy with kids in any kind of inappropriate way. He, number one, freezing your bank accounts. Number two, he want to castrate you. And I agree with all of that. I want to agree with all of that. So it's either the parents get down, lay down, you know what I'm saying, or your kids gonna be in the orphanage dirt poor. You know what I'm saying? They have to come. They agree to let them maintain a certain level of lifestyle because they're children. You know what I'm saying? But don't you believe you as looking at no Jay-Z? You know what I'm saying? Don't you believe that, baby? You see them pictures on the front of this video with him and his wife. And another thing I noticed about women in negative men spaces, right? They seem to be much more vicious than their male counterparts. It's like they have something to prove. Like, I can be more diabolical than you, even though I'm a woman. So, like, when you hear that these women went to the Epstein list, when you hear the women that were on the list, like Whoopi Goldberg, please don't feel sorry for them like they were the ones being bent over. No, they were giving just as hard as the men. 2 children, okay, if not worse. So I just wanted to mention that. Like, I feel like she's worse than him. Okay, she is worse than him. Right. But it's my opinion on who's worse, But they're about to get what they deserve. I mean, rumors have it they already got what they deserve, and y'all just looking at, people wearing those skin masks that are very, very convincing. It's like they are so convincing. I mean, if you've ever seen Mission Impossible, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Those masks are real. They do use those. Okay. I mean, so there's so much fakery that you need to understand where we are, and going down these rabbit holes. I think if it gets too much, kind of try to step back, because a lot it's gonna be going hot and heavy. You know what I'm saying? You might want to position yourself to be in the best place. All right, because this is it. You need to choose your side. Enough. Enough. All right, and it's gonna be rough. And the ones who decide to answer the call and get involved with this information, spreading this information and this awareness, be there for each other. Don't start fighting and backbiting each other, like, because that is not helping the movements at all. Okay, do better. I'm gonna do a spread dark to light. I'm gonna ask the universe for some advice about what we can do or what we don't know about the coming. I don't like that question. It's too loaded. Let me think. I'm definitely going to do dark to light. Dark to light. Dark to light. What's the best way to operate this new information going forward? Okay, we got this. We got one that flipped out. We have here temperance. So we need to balance it. We don't need to alchemize. Yeah, it's more like alchemize. There's just a lot of strong energies. It's gonna be a lot of heavy communication, a lot of heavy visuals. It's gonna be heavy emotionally, taxing physically, energetically. It's a lot of heavy energies, and it's gonna require temperance. It really is gonna require temperance. Balance that all out because it is beyond us. It's beyond us. So, like, we have to alchemize it as it comes to us. We can't let one emotion overwhelm us. It can't be too much air, too much water, too much earth, too much fire. Has to be balanced in order to be productive. You know what I'm saying? After we balance, what will we have? Ooh, child. Shoot out if you want to. Okay. All right. Five of Pentacles. Okay. You feel locked. If you're feeling locked out of abundance, your health will go down. You know what I'm saying? You will feel distraught. You will feel hopeless if you do not maintain your balance during this. You know what I'm saying? But remember, even though you feel that way, you feel hopeless, you feel like money not flowing, your health is messed up or whatever. You got the key there. You understand? You are not locked out of the wealth. That's all an illusion. It's all in your perception. Okay. However, this is tied to the energies that you're going to be receiving, how it will affect you. Okay. You let it get out of balance. This will be you. You'll be stuck. Okay. When you have everything that you need, keys to open that door to the things that you desire. Okay. But you have to maintain your focus. You have to maintain your balance. Okay. So what would be the clarity? What would be the clarity? What would be, the light moments? Dark to light. Okay. The sun gonna be shining. Let me know. Let me know, spirit. Oh, you don't want to shoot this one out? Shoot it out. Okay. One almost popped out. You don't want to shoot it out. I guess this one is gonna be like something gentle. It wants me to pull it out. So I'm gonna do just that. Okay. See that? Death and rebirth. Okay, so it's gonna be like, basically what that tells me is like you're gonna have to let go of the old ways. It just reminds me of what I said, we're gonna have to have a new way of entertaining ourselves, but it's not gonna be just that. It's gonna be a new way of a whole lot of things that, you know, they gotta go. They cannot stay. All right. And you are gonna have to come to the point where you gotta let that shit go in order to come back into alignment. You know, it's gonna feel like when you letting it go and all the shit you gotta let go, trust me, people, things, places, ideas, ways of being, the things that you thought, all of that shit is gonna feel like you've been stripped naked. It really is, you know, but there is gonna be a rebirth, a renewal, something much better. And you got to trust that. I know death is scary, and sometimes it's not literal as far as, you know, uh, never to return. Death is just like a transition, you know. Flowers die only to be reborn anew. And that's what we're talking about, something better. Getting rid of what no longer serves us. And what no longer serves us is fighting with each other, allowing people to do awful things to our children while we turn a blind eye, people starving when there is so much abundance, people homeless when there's so much places to live, people not helping each other, not loving each other, just like harming each other. We're going away from that. It's not working. It's not working. So we got to let that go. Okay, we got to let that go. So a no amount of begging, those systems got to die because it can't be fixed. It can't be fixed. So we're going to have a new way of doing things. And it's going to be hard because it's going to be a lot of heavy things going on in the world, things going on in your life, in your body, you know, in your mind. I mean, I get it. You know, you gotta lighten your load. You gotta lighten your load because it's dying and there's nothing you can do about it. When you get the major arcana, it's like you just have to accept it. Okay. But seeing this death card, it's not the end. It's a new beginning because in death there's also rebirth. It's a transition from one way of being to another. Okay. I hope something resonates with someone out there. Okay. And if you would like a personal reading, please go to my website at www.hempbutterfly.com. I'm doing a special. I'm doing $30 readings. Okay. And they will be for 15 minutes. If you want a longer reading, then we will have to discuss that. Okay. Um, Also, my CBD products. I'm having a special with my gummies. With the $30 pack, you get 24 pieces, and you also, for a limited time while supplies last, you get a wonderful hot and cold thermostat that is very durable, and it is a good companion, especially for those of you who go to work, you could ride in your car, whatever, and it has like a non-spill cap, so it's great. So I would really love your support. Okay. And I also would love to thank you for being here. when you can be anywhere else. The butterfly loves you. Namaste.